That this Memphis singer-songwriter has been recognized with awards, and he's continuing to grow as an artist. And now Singa B is planning a trip across the pond, as they say. But first, he is here with us on Live at 9. Wow. Tell me about your journey since the last time.
I just got back from England, actually, UK, and it was amazing. Since I've seen you last time, I've been all over the country, performing, touring with Tony, and and not only that, but just really taking this blues path, taking it
Tony.
Yeah.
Raphael Sadiq is has done everything, right? Isn't he?
He's one of the members.
He's and when you go back and look at all the songs, he did them. So you're in amazing company, and they're in amazing company.
Yeah,
Whoa. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, it's been an honor. Seriously, it's been an honor to work with Dwayne and the whole Tony legacy. And since then, and actually adding to it, because they're very enthusiastic about blues, and they're very fond of Memphis culture.
Who isn't?
They've been making sure that I've been pushing the envelope on blues and making sure that I, actually take it to the next plateau. So since then, I've been, like I said, I just got back from England. I performed in Manchester and London, which was an amazing experience. I was telling a few friends that it's interesting to leave and to feel received and seen in a way that, yeah, it's just this is so refreshing.
I hear they appreciate Memphis musicians more than Memphians.
I think that's an understatement.
They go crazy over you. Can you talk about just the modern era of blues?
Yeah, of course. Some of my influences that's got me to where modern blues is considered now. You think of people like Lil Jimmy King. Actually, I'm wearing his shirt and his hat right now.
What?
His twin brother Daniel Gales, his brother Eugene Gales. And
are these from your journeys? These are some of the pictures from,
Yeah, that's from London. Yep, this is the new vinyl that I have coming out next month on the 1st of April. And these type of artists really give me the swag, the energy, the confidence, and not just these guys, but also people like Al Capone, because I'm mixing and merging it, putting it together, mixing some of that live music and that traditional sound with a more younger energy and approach to it. So,
speaking of that, there is a huge surprise that that is about to take place. That I was like, what? So just stand by for that. So you've also worked with Forbes and National Geographic?
Yeah, I was just featured in their article within both of those within the past 2 months. I've been performing on Beale Street, and with National Geographic, one of the editors came and saw me performing live in one of the venues and was just like, dude, you embody Memphis, and just asked me a few questions, got my opinion on the economy and stuff like that. For Forbes, that was just really unexpected. Pretty much the same thing. It was talking about the state of Tennessee and the culture that Memphis brings, and they really highlighted the blues. They really recognize that there's young people doing blues, and it's an honor for me to be able to have that baton and take that torch and really run with it.
Wow. Okay. What is the the Music Export Memphis Cultural Exchange, and your role in that?
They're the people who booked my performance at the English Folk Expo, and at the English Folk Expo, it was catering towards anybody who's doing folk music or blues-centric, or what we would call Americana kind of sound. And so they really facilitated making sure that I got there and was able to perform. And so once I got there, I made sure that I took advantage to not just perform there, but to stretch out in the UK and go further out into London and do some jam sessions and perform at some blues clubs there, where I met a strong blues community, and I'm already booked to come back and do some more shows this year.
And looking at some of those pictures, just really amazing. Is it a different setup and preparation when you're over there, or is music everywhere you go?
Yeah, music's music everywhere, but the reality is what we have here in Memphis is just so, we don't, like Beyonce say, I woke up like this. In Memphis, it's just kind of, we're born like this, and everybody has some sort of talent, and out there it's far and few in between.
It's in the water, it's in the people. Yeah. Okay, the message behind your upcoming EP and what you're going to be performing today with a secret, special, huge surprise.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, would you want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell me. Well, not the surprise.
So, no. So, I guess what the message would be, the title of the album is the vinyl that's coming out next month. It's called Brand New Blues. And one of the songs that I'm performing is a little something called Gun Line. And it comes from a movie where the gun line is an area where you can't cross. If you cross the gun line, then you're in trouble. And I feel like that's how it felt to be a blues artist in the path that I've learned from artists like Al Capone is that sometimes you have, what they say, no risk, there's no reward. So you have to sometimes do things that other people are scared to do, and this is one of those songs that kind of there's a testament of that, and to the people who didn't want to take that, you know, that ride along.
Okay, Singa B, Prince of Blues, we're about to see it go down, so do not change that channel. Stick around. Singa B's performing live in our studio with a big surprise after the break.